Hey everybody, we're going to do an all signs what to expect for the weekend of May 30th. I tried to start recording this Thursday the 29th, but I kept getting interrupted, so I ended up giving up. So here we are. I am still working, so if my phone rings, I'm going to have to stop it, but that's why I'm not doing a live today. What else? I go by elements: fire, earth, air, and then to water, starting each element with the fixed sign, going to cardinal and then mutable. I do focus on the prominent energy that you're going to need the most help with, so that can come off a little negative, just FYI. What else? Please keep your comments respectful, please. I think that's it. The end. All right, let's start. Nine of Cups, Queen of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Awesome. Let me see the Nine of Cups. You got the Five of Swords, the Hierophant, the Magician is in reverse. Nine of Pentacles, the Devil, Two of Swords, Two of Wands, the Judgment, the Star, Ten of Pentacles. You seem to be separating yourself from some type of commitment. I don't know if this is a family dynamic, relationship, like a love relationship kind of deal, or a work thing. I have no idea, but it is separating yourself from some kind of commitment that you, it almost feels like you feel like whoever this is kind of picks fights, or they can be manipulative in some way, shape, or form. I would just make sure that it's not you, because it is showing up in your energy, that you're not, because I don't feel like you need to be manipulative here in this situation, so that's why I'm feeling like it's your perception of the other energy, but just be self-aware enough to know if that's you or not, okay? This energy here, whenever the Queen of Wands and the Devil pops up together, it's a little, can be a little self-absorbed. It does look like they're a little confused on whether or not, it's very interesting how you show up in the Nine of Cups, they show up in the Nine of Pentacles. So there is some kind of fixation on the stability, their stability, and whether or not they want to combine it here. It almost feels like you're mirroring each other a little bit here, where you're showing their perception, your perception of this as being somewhat manipulative and whatnot, and they're showing me their their self, I don't want to call it self-absorption, but it can be a little egotistical, and I don't know if it's just overwhelming, like a little bit prideful in what they've built, or just very overly confident here, or if it's their perception of you. So either one, you're having this perception of each other, or two, like I said, you're both kind of in this energy here. Now, for the connection, we've got the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, Judgment, the Star. Yeah, you're both needing to make some kind of a decision here on what it is you want and what you want to invest in and what you're able to invest in. And if you're both able to meet each other halfway, if not, it almost looks like you're both trying to ensure the other's not taking advantage of you somehow, some way. So, all right. Aries. Aries, Aries. Three of Cups, the Sun, Knight of Wands, the Emperor, Knight of Cups, Five of Cups, the Hierophant, Fool, King of Swords, and the Knight of Wands, Four of Wands, Knight of Swords, the Death card. The Strength card's at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. All right, you're showing me that you are making the decision here to go after something, and I don't know if it's physically going after this or if this is just in your mind or your energy where you have kind of made up this your mindset here. It does look like you are going in the direction of what was once lost here with the Five of Cups, almost like revisiting or looking at how things could have been done differently, or it almost feels like coulda, shoulda, woulda energy. But it does look like you're trying to make the decision on whether or not to unite or reunite to whoever, whatever the situation is. Now, for this energy, it looks like they're focusing on their happiness here. It does look like there's some kind of guard up in regards to this commitment. It almost looks like they had made peace with this loss or whatever it was at one point of having to let go or walk away at some point in time. So they seem a little emotionally disconnected at the idea of uniting this. So that's kind of what this energy is focusing on, which is interesting because the Five of Cups is last in your energy, the King of Swords is last in theirs, and then the Death card is the last in the representation. So it's pretty interesting how that comes out. For the Knight of Wands, we've got the Four of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Death card. So again, going forward, moving forward in whatever this commitment is or the desire for it, but being met with kind of a sharp energy here for this ending. Okay, so I'm curious if this is, you're going after this and you're being met with this loss, this King of Swords energy, and that's what's resulting in the ending of this, or if this is something that was already lost and you're trying to rebuild it and you're being met with this energy here, or like afraid of some type of rejection or whatnot. The Nine of Wands isn't here though, so, or Seven of Wands, I mean, there's many cards that could have said that and they're not here, but yeah. You'll have to let me know. I don't know. I just work here. Saggy. Eight of Cups, they've got the Three of Pentacles, and then for the connection, the Seven of Pentacles. Let's see the Eight of Cups. Seven of Wands is in reverse. The Hierophant. Six of Pentacles. The Strength card. Five of Cups. The King of Cups. Okay. Five of Swords is in reverse. Okay. The Lovers is in reverse. The Three of Cups is upright. What? What? Did you already walk away from this? Hang on. Okay. You walked away from something, I feel like, already, and for some of you this could be incoming, but I do feel like for some of you this has already happened, where you walked away from an energy that felt very painful. It feels like it was painful to walk away. Not only that, but whatever transpired between you and whoever this is. I do feel like that energy, though, is starting to flip around a little bit. It feels like your guard is starting to drop here with the Seven of Wands. Now, I don't know if it's necessarily with this particular energy or if it's just the idea of commitment in general. So, for example, you could say, I'm never dating again, or if this is a romantic thing, or I'm never doing that again, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case may be, it feels like your guard is starting to drop a little bit in the idea of commitment. Again, I do feel like it's whatever that is. So if it, again, is romantic, job-wise, whatever, school, can be anything, okay? Please keep that in mind. It is more focused, though. It feels like it's in a healthier dynamic because it feels like your focus is on what is reciprocated. I am feeling like that was not the case here, and that's ultimately what resulted in that. So I do like that you're starting to get into this energy more. So it could very well be this exact same dynamic. I don't know, but it just feels like the energy is what is similar, if that makes sense. Okay, now for this energy, it does feel like there is a sense of holding back and kind of accepting what is or what happened, whatever transpired is kind of done here. Again, kind of coulda, shoulda, woulda energy, looking back at whatever transpired here with this energy. So I do feel like there's still a lot of love here, but it does look like they're holding back a little bit. The desire is there for coming together with the Three of Pentacles, but again, quite reserved here for some reason. Now, what's interesting is the energy here. The Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Swords is in reverse. This is a desire to work on things, to clear the air, to, clear whatever happened. The fact that the Lovers card came out in reverse, somebody made the decision here to unite or reunite here with you. Or someone made a decision to stay in a connection. I don't know if it's this one or another one. Now, whether or not it's a connection like a romantic one, if this is a romantic thing, or if this is a say for example, it's a romantic, but they decided to be single. They're going to, it almost looks like they're sticking with the decision here to do that. Whatever the decision was. If they made the decision to come forward, they're going to come forward here with these two to clear the air and this, not, and this and that. This is interesting. Hang on. Eight of Swords in reverse. The Judgment. Yeah, it's like they've gained some type of clarity here. Okay. Or somebody has. Five of Wands. Something's kind of been eating them alive here. And I say it them. It could be you. I have no idea. They have some kind of clarity. So what's the Three of Cups? Are they coming together with you? You, them? What is this? Or are they going to stay with whatever they chose? That's a Death card, but it's sideways. It's not in reverse. So it's not bringing life back into the situation, but it's not upright. That's not a very concrete decision. The Justice card's upright. The Ten of Pentacles is upright. Six of Pentacles again. Someone is making the decision to stay in whatever it is that is balancing out, or that would balance things out with their stability. Let me see the Five of Swords. The Fool. Page of Cups. Six of Wands. Someone wants to come forward. It's like, it almost feels like they're taking some kind of risk in opening up to you. And again, it could be flipped, you to them, and wanting to revisit this situation. It is a situation that you left at some point. It is a situation that has been lost at some point. Physically, I don't know if it's going to come together. That Death card did not come out in reverse fully. So it almost feels like this is heavy in the energy of the contemplation of revisiting this. Usually, this has to be a little bit stronger. This is pretty strong, but it needs to be a little bit stronger in order to kind of play out in the physical. This is pretty strong, though. The Five of Wands is here as well. So, yeah, you'll have to let me know if they pop up. Or if you do. I don't know. That was a bit of a mind fuck. Thank you. What the hell? Oh my goodness. Taurus. Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. Hopefully you're not drinking that much, but maybe. Nine of Wands is sideways. The Three of Pentacles is here. Let's get the energy. Six of Wands. Okay. Five of Wands is in reverse. Seven of Wands is Seven of Swords. Why can't I talk? You saw that? It almost didn't want to even like show you. That's weird. The Hangman. Oh, you're being stubborn about something. Taurus, stubborn? Never. What? That's funny. Eight of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Well, that's funny because I called you that. The Judgment, Ten of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. All right, you are showing me that your guard or your defensiveness or wall or whatever you want to call it is starting to drop in a particular direction. I do feel like you have gained some type of clarity here in regarding what it is you want to do, but you're not doing it here. And that is what's causing the Seven of Swords energy. Did y'all hear that? I have never heard that noise. That was really weird. Anyways, the Hangman is stagnation. It's stopping. It's kind of looking at things from different angles and perspectives and whatnot. I do feel like it is whatever this is you're starting to drop your guard about and wanting to do. I do feel like you have gained some type of clarity within yourself. If not, it would have been the Five of Wands upright. But the fact that it is in reverse tells me that you are at least being honest with yourself in regards to whatever the situation is. However, your actions are not aligning with whatever this is that you want to do. It's almost like telling yourself it's not the right time when it very well could be. I don't know. Or, you know, something. It's not going forward with what it is you want. Now, on this energy side, there's a lot of overthinking here on how to build something that this energy wants here with you. But they do feel like some kind of blockage or some kind of stagnation here once again with the Seven of Wands. So, I don't know what that could be, but there's some kind of a waiting period. But it's interesting. It almost feels like making a plan or building a plan and over analyzing or thinking on how to, you know, build this or whatnot. And I don't know, somehow, some way, I do feel like these are connected. Now for the Six of Wands, we've got the Judgment, the Ten of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. I do feel like there could be a form of success in whatever this plan is. So I'm curious why you're holding back, or whatever this dropping energy here is, this, whatever it is you're not doing. Because it does look good. It looks like there would be success in it, overcoming whatever this is, or not only progress, but like a step up somehow, some way. Especially, and then with the Ten of Cups, there's a lot of potential here for love. And again, return, I'm getting return investment. So I have no idea what this is to you. If this is job related, money, finances, career, love, I have no idea. Okay. All right. Cappy. You've got the Sun, they've got the Eight of Wands, and then the Star is here for the connection. All right, let's see the Sun. Five of Cups. Wow. The Page of Pentacles is in reverse. Six of Swords is in reverse. What? You're showing me a loss of happiness here, but what's interesting is that the Page of Pentacles is in reverse. You're wanting to come back around here with the Six of Swords in reverse, but the Page of Pentacles in reverse is almost like trying to hold yourself back, not wanting to send that text or make that call or make that apology if that's warranted. I don't know. Reach out. Something here. Something, I have no idea. Interesting. For the Eight of Wands here on their side, we got the Page of Wands upright, Queen of Wands, Four of Wands is in reverse. So this is something that definitely fell out at some point. I do feel like their energy is actually open to receiving some type of communication, but it almost feels like the ball is in your court for some reason. So I'm not sure if you left, and that's what is resulting here. The Six of Swords being in reverse and then the Four of Wands being in reverse here at the end. It almost feels like you're wanting to revisit this here. Now, for the Star, we've got the High Priestess, the Devil, the King of Cups. Someone has a unhealthy attachment style. If you don't know what that is, please Google it, research it. You can, Three of Swords, you can take a test from a reputable source, of course, and see what type of attachment style you are. Now, you typically need to do that for multiple types of relationships. Or you can test it against different partners that you've had throughout your life, so you can see which ones triggered the unhealthy aspects of you and which ones nurtured the healthy aspects of you. So I do feel like there is a unhealthy attachment here on someone's behalf. It also looks like someone's fear gets the best of them, almost like whatever it is that they want isn't within reach, or it isn't obtainable in some way, shape, or form. Now, this can manifest in a number of ways. This could be imposter syndrome or an avoidance type of attachment style, even anxious here. So, I mean, it could, like I said, it can manifest in different ways, but yeah. So why aren't you reaching out? Let me see the Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Devil's sideways. Someone's fear is getting the best of them. Queen of Pentacles upright. The Fool. Someone's either their fear and or their ego could be getting the best of them. Like the need to swallow their pride here. I do feel like it almost looks a little bit like you're trying to say, I'm putting myself first here and not doing that. But when the Queen of Pentacles and the Devil are there, especially the Devil sideways with the Fool, it's almost, it feels a little prideful, like I'm doing the best, this is what's best for me, or, you know, whatever the situation is, but I'm not seeing that, not with the Devil. If the Temperance card came out, sure. If, you know, but not the Devil. And then twice, come on. And I know you are the Devil. I get, not the Devil, but your representation in tarot is the Devil. I get that, but I'm not feeling it as that, in all honesty. If this had come out upright, if this came out in reverse, I won't even focus on them. But if that came out like that, and this came out like that then I'd say, yeah, you're stepping in your power. You know, I would have a different translation, but it didn't. Even this way. But even if it's upright with this and that being there, I would have had a different translation here for you. Yeah, I would have said, well, you just made me eat my words. But no. I would just question yourself what it is you actually want and why you're not going after whatever that is. And again, make sure you're checking in on your attachment style, whatever that is. Okay. All right, Virgo. Really? Ooh. You've got the Knight of Swords. They've got the Page of Wands. The Fool is here. Let's see the Knight of Swords. Ace of Swords. Ten of Swords. Oh boy. Ace of Cups. Oh my God. For the Page of Wands, we've got the King of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords. Holy shit. Let's see the Fool. The Knight of Wands is in reverse. The Magician. Knight of Cups. Three of Wands. Before I say anything, yeah, oh my God, oh God. The Devil came out sideways, the Eight of Pentacles and the Strength card. The Lovers is at the bottom of the deck. The sideways Devil is more in reverse than not, so I don't know if you can see, oh, you can't even see it. It's more in reverse than sideways, to be honest with you. I didn't get it. Damn it. Let me see what the argument's about, or fight, whatever this is. Let me see the Five of Swords. Two of Wands is in reverse. The Hangman, the Lovers. That's the second time the Lovers wanted to show their face. I feel like somebody's been a little manipulative here, to be honest with you. Not being transparent or honest about what it is they want. It does look like you're wanting to overcome whatever this is with whoever this is, because the Strength card is here. The Devil's almost in reverse, so there's work being done on that with the Eight of Pentacles. Whatever this is, because I was trying to see if this is you with the Knight of Swords. I do feel like you have like some kind of a plan of action in overcoming whatever this is. Keep in mind, I don't know what your context is, so if you have an unhealthy relationship to money, you could be setting up some kind of a budget or, you know, whatever in order to make this healthier. Please keep that in mind. I do not know your context. It is a general reading, okay? There does seem to be, like I said, some type of action, some kind of plan here, especially with the Ace of Swords. You want to stop hurting. When the Ace of Cups shows up over the Ten of Swords, I get that. However, make sure that whatever is causing this energy isn't being invited to stay to continue hurting. Does that make sense? So if this is in a romantic context, just because you love them does not mean you're a doormat, okay? It's not called unconditional love so that you can be a doormat. Please understand that, okay? Now, for this one, there seems to be quite a bit of energy being directed towards you, and I'm a little skeptical here. Fucker. I am so tired of these damn things. I moved the plants, the ones I could carry anyways, outside. How are you alive? Oh my fucking God. Anyways. What was I saying? Sorry. Their energy is being directed towards you here with the Page of Wands. I don't feel like it's in the best way possible, to be honest with you, because the King of Swords is a very direct, very, very, very cutting energy, very logical, very... The fact that it comes out with the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords tells me it's not the best energy here. There could be some arguing, some fighting, obviously something painful being said or done here. Now, I asked what the arguments or the fighting was about. The Two of Wands came out in reverse, the Hangman and the Lovers. If this is in a romantic context, it looks like somebody made the decision to, I don't want to say go after something else or someone else because the Hangman is here, but it looks like there is some kind of a stuck energy on something or someone else, okay? So I don't know. Now, for example, if this is a money thing, I don't know. It could be, I'm trying to figure out a different way to word it. You're wanting this to, become healthy, yada, yada. You're wanting to work on paying X bills. There's something coming in that is almost like I'm making X amount of money to pay X bills, but there's no residual income in order to put aside for an emergency fund or to pay off excess debt. Okay? The reason why I try to word things differently, the energy is the same. Please keep that in mind, but it's going to manifest differently for different people, okay? Please understand that, okay? It's a general reading. General. Now, it could also be something like I don't know. I'll stop. Anyways, what's interesting is that they're not necessarily going for it. It could be something at a distance. Now, I don't know if that'd be a distance in time or in physical relation here with the Two of Wands in reverse. Let me see the Hangman. Seven of Wands. Yeah, there's some kind of a blockage here. King of Wands. Three of Swords again. Queen of Swords. Two of Cups. Nine of Swords. I was getting it with this energy. When you add 5 and 3, that's 8 of Swords. So they have spent a lot of time overthinking here about a particular connection. Please remember, hurt people, okay? I feel like someone has gotten involved in something without being completely ready, okay? Now, whether that be in a financial commitment or a relationship, love type commitment or what, I don't know. But it does look like there's quite a bit of overthinking and stress and just wanting things to be even keeled here. There's a lot of pain here in regards to this, but it almost looks like there's some kind of a waiting game here on this energy side for some reason. Again, I don't know if that is you, if roles are reversed and that's you, or what exactly. So keep that in mind. Okay, Aquarius. You've got the Three of Cups, the Fool, the Knight of Wands, the Hangman. They've got the Eight of Swords, the Hierophant. King of Swords. Ten of Cups. Eight of Wands. The World. King of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. The Justice is in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles is in reverse. The Emperor's in reverse. Holy. Okay, so the desire for coming together or back together is here, yes, but Ten of Wands. But there is stagnation, serious stagnation on that energy. Not only with the Fool, this is almost like forward movement, like being tired of something taking so long here. Mixed with the Knight of Pentacles and the Justice in reverse. It's almost like, and then of course with the Emperor in reverse, it's like a feeling of helplessness, like a loss of control here. When these are together and then the Hangman is here on top of that, it's like there's no forward movement at all. The desire is there. I'm kind of surprised this didn't come out in reverse. But I'm not seeing the action here. The Knight of Wands being here, this is more like opening up to it physically versus emotionally speaking. Emotionally speaking, what's the word? Like making some kind of a concrete step, I don't know how to word that, is not there, but this is more like chemistry or trying to keep things light, even though it's almost like if I can't have it in this way that I want, I'll have it in this way, bare minimum. But even that is not the best idea. Does that make sense? That's weird. On this energy side, there's a lot of overthinking on whether or not to commit to this or how to make something happen. Here I do again feel like the love is there, but there's a lot of over there kind of energy. It's like I'm gonna love you from afar, or I don't even know if they have access to this at this time. In all honesty, it feels very guarded. For the connection, Seven of Wands, yeah, blockage. And I don't know if you're communicating with this individual or if there's like limited communication or not being honest or transparent here with each other. The desire is there for some kind of a new beginning here, some kind of closure of cycles, but it doesn't look promising. So now again, I don't know what this is to you, if this is a relationship, if you're out trying to buy a car, I don't know. I have no idea. Man. I feel like the further down in the signs I go, the longer the readings are getting. Oh my god. Alright, Libra. I'm wondering if I should... No. Libra, you got the Two of Wands is in reverse, the Two of Pentacles upright, the Eight of Wands. Page of Swords is in reverse. King of Cups upright, Four of Pentacles is in reverse, Two of Swords upright, Towers in reverse. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see the energy. Oh. Two of Cups is in reverse. You have to trust me, I'm not getting it right now. So for the Two of Cups in reverse, we've got the Five of Pentacles, the Empress, the Ace of Wands. Seven of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so you are showing me you had to choose some type of path here. I feel like you were kind of forced to, and I'm not really sure why I feel that, but I feel like it almost feels like you were forced to take a specific path. I do feel like there is some indecision or imbalance here. I feel like it's an indecision on... It's about communication, and it almost feels like to yourself. I know that sounds weird. You could be fighting yourself on whether or not to communicate with someone, but it almost feels like you're telling yourself things that aren't true. I don't know what that is, but make sure you're looking at whatever this picture is for the bigger picture and try to be as subjective as possible here, okay? Subjective, objective. For me to have said that, it feels like, yeah, you're being subjective. You need to be objective here, okay? Now, for this energy, it looks like there is or was a lot of love, but it looks like someone has let go here. There is confusion on it, but it almost feels like they're tired here of whatever this imbalance, that's why I was picking it up. The imbalance, the inconsistency, it almost feels like letting the tower fall kind of deal. Fall kind of deal? Yeah. Sorry. I have to think about it. When after I said it, I'm like, did that make sense? It does feel like they went back and forth on whether or not they should let it fall, should not. Should they fight it? Should they not? But it feels like they let go of some type of expectation here for something or someone, possibly you, to come around. Now, the fact that the Two of Cups came out in reverse, this feels like it's been over for a little bit here. The reciprocity wasn't there for some time here. It does feel like it has been lost and someone is in a glow-up period. Now, it almost feels like both of these energies are going through their own glow-up, but separately. Does that make sense? That sounds so weird. It's almost like take this energy over here and they're thriving on their own. Take your energy over here, you're thriving on your own. But when it comes together, it's kind of a shit show. So I don't know what happened, but something did. All right, let me try and get that. Oh, I don't want to bend over. Come here. Can I do it? No, okay, I'm just switching decks. Fuck it. I don't want to bend over. My back hurts. I'm not doing it today. I don't care. All right, switching decks. Gemini. Queen of Swords is in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Lovers, Temperance, the Wheel, Six of Cups, the Nine of Swords, All right. Ace of Pentacles, the Hangman, they're both sideways, and then the King of Cups, and then the Two of Pentacles. So on your side, you're showing me you don't have the best perception here of whoever this is tied up to you. It does look like you're trying your best to focus on the energy around you. I don't feel like it's this one in particular. I feel like there is an energy around you that feels not only good to you, but it feels like it adds to your stability in some way, shape, or form. I feel like this energy is more so directed towards this one. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm hoping it does, but hear me out. This is an energy, it feels like you feel or think of them quite negatively. This one looks to be trying, at least attempting here, to heal some old patterns that they have in relation to I don't know if you have history with this person, because they feel very much like this feels like not only yours, like attached to yours, not you to them. I know that sounds weird, but it almost feels like indirectly. It almost feels like they think of you, or they're thinking of the times, or let me ask. What are they stressed about? Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse. So yeah, it almost looks like a little bit of the lack of action here into the connection is what they're thinking of. Now, whether that be the lack of action that, it wasn't taken, the action wasn't taken already, or that's what's incoming this weekend, or not, and that's what they're thinking of. But it does look like they're attempting to heal some kind of an old pattern here. So, or at least the energy is there for them to do so. What's interesting here is that here's this new beginning someone is trying to have, but it seems to be slow going. It does look like, it looks like they're having like bumps in the road, so to speak. I feel like this is more so this energy versus yours. I know it's supposed to be shared energy, and maybe that is the case for, some of you, but I just feel like it's more heavily this one for some reason. Okay. All right, Scorpio. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Ten of Swords, the Four of Wands. Ten of Wands, Two of Wands, the Star. The Emperor, the Five of Cups, the Justice card. Ten of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. Okay, you're showing me you're realizing some type of, it feels unhealthy. Hang on. What is this? Ten of Swords. Justice again. The Empress. Queen of Swords sideways. So some kind of unhealthy aspect that you had, or commitment that you had with someone. Now, whether or not it be an actual commitment or a desire for commitment, it almost feels like something was unhealthy about it. I'm not sure why I'm picking that up, but I am for whatever reason. Maybe the Queen of Swords being sideways, not the bestest vibe here. It almost feels like it just didn't bring out, whatever this is, did not bring out the best version of you. It almost feels like a lack of balance here. So what's interesting is that this energy is showing me an ending to this. Tens signify endings. And that they are slowly but surely moving on here. I do feel like they tug on your energy a little bit here. It almost feels like them looking back because of what they wanted at one point here with you. Now, even more interesting is that they're showing up here, not really energetically even letting you go necessarily. You're showing up the Empress, and then the Emperor is here. So whoever this is not letting go. They might be walking away physically. I don't see them doing that energetically because they are looking at the shoulda, coulda, wouldas here and what they could have done to possibly balance things out here at some point. So, all right. Cancer. Ten of Cups on your side, Five of Cups on theirs, the Four of Wands, the High Priestess, the Hangman, Queen of Swords, okay. Ace of Swords, Page of Cups, Two of Cups, okay. Five of Cups. Judgment and the World both came out sideways. This Five of Cups has been very prominent in today's, like almost everyone's readings. This one came out more so in reverse. The Judgment, the World, and the Tower all came out sideways, and then the Ten of Swords in reverse also accompanied the Tower here. Okay, so you're showing me a, I don't know if this is like a newer thing, Seven of Cups. I don't know if it's like a newer thing or if it's been growing or what exactly, because the Page of Cups signifies, especially with the Ace of Swords, something new, something you're investing in here. There is reciprocated to an extent anyways with the Two of Cups, but when the Ten of Cups come out sideways, it's not in reverse where it's like, you know, not, it would then be reciprocal, there we go, love. But when it's sideways, it almost looks like, well, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever said this before in a general. You know, with the Two of Cups, you have two cups, right? With the Ten of Cups sideways, it almost looks like you would have your cup to offer, but they don't really have a full cup to offer. They might have love or attraction or, you know, whatever you want to call it towards this, especially if it's something new. It's like they're offering something, but their cup isn't necessarily full for some reason. Yeah, I'm being drawn to the empty cup here. Interesting. I don't think I've ever said that in a... Anyways. For their side, with the Five of Cups, which would make sense. 10 minus 5 and 5. And then therefore we are now missing a cup. There's some kind of a process here. The Judgment, the World, the Tower, and then the Ten of Swords. I do feel like this is an individual that tends to either, one, get stuck in the past or in the future. So you'll notice if they have anxiety about the future or depression about the past. I don't know. But it seems like they have a decision to make here on whether or not to have some kind of a new beginning. It almost feels like something happened here in the past with the Tower being sideways and the Ten of Swords in reverse that they're still getting over. Now, what I would be curious about is if they are accessing this Hangman and the Queen of Swords energy here, where they're reflecting, seeing things from different perspectives, seeing what they contributed to whatever this is. I don't know if this energy happened with you or if this is a previous and then you're helping them build or rebuild after this loss. It looks like something was lost here. We have commitment, we have intuition, we have reflection, we have looking at things from the bigger picture, so to speak, and then we have logic. It almost feels like someone's forcing themselves to move on from someone or something. Okay, because you're showing me love, they're showing me pain that they've let go of or trying to let go of still. Now, I don't know, like I said, if that is with you or if this is with something else and you're helping them somehow, some way. So, okay. Pisces. Six of Swords on your side is sideways. The Knight of Wands is sideways. The Five of Wands is sideways. Alrighty. So Three of Wands, Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands is in reverse. You are playing with the idea of either leaving or going back to a situation here. I do feel like over time, you have been shown what you would tolerate or enable here. With the Six of Pentacles followed by the Queen of Wands in reverse, it's showing me that it's not completely balanced energy between you and whoever this is, especially when they show up as the Knight of Wands and you're showing me the Queen of Wands in reverse. Not the highest vibration of you. So whatever the input has been, I don't feel like it has been up to your expectations or hopes. So if you have ever said or told yourself at some point in time within whatever this is that you deserve better or that you don't deserve to be treated like this or you deserve, XYZ, then I'm going to need you to take your own advice. Let me see the Knight of Wands sideways. Ten of Wands, the Empress, the Ten of Swords. So this is an individual that has been hurt at some point, possibly has a painful relationship with a mother figure. Now, I don't know if it's their mother necessarily or just a mother figure or possibly an ex or someone here of great significance with the Empress. I do feel like it has been extremely hard in healing whatever these wounds are. I do feel very strongly that this individual has issues with, if not one, both parents. Their feminine energy is very much wounded here. So I'm going to have to ask you, it's not going to be reciprocated in a, you know, especially in a healthy way, while that's going on, till they heal it. For the Five of Wands sideways, we've got the King of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Three of Swords. So you know how I said if not one, both parents? This individual has a lot of, it feels like trauma, childhood trauma here. I do feel like, and if this individual has children, it almost feels like it's trickled down to theirs as well. I would have liked to see the Five of Wands in reverse, because at least energetically speaking, it would have been like, okay, hey, I'm self-aware of my woundings, at least, bare minimum. But no, this person acts... Say, for example, someone has a traumatic event happen in their 20s, I don't know. They are stuck mentally at that age. So they could be, you know, in their 40s, 50s, however old, but mentally they're going to be acting quite immature, even emotionally, emotionally more than anything, because they're stuck in that time. Now, that does not mean that you enable this person because they went through that, okay? That's not what unconditional love is. That's not, no. Someone needs to be self-aware of their woundings and actively working on it. Just because someone's self-aware doesn't mean that, you know, they're on the road to healing. They have to actually be working on healing these things. And not to say that this person's not doing it. I'm just not seeing it here. So I would be careful, in all honesty. So, at least this weekend. So, that's what I have for y'all. I hope that was helpful. I am going to go away now. Bye.